Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the Handyman Business YouTube channel. So I got a call for a railing repair in a rental house. It's a rental house that I've been in many times. You've been in there too. Every time I get called out to these quick rental repair jobs, I put it on Instagram. If you are interested in seeing some of that stuff, I'll put the link to my Instagram down in the description. But for today's video, I'm bringing the camera. Or at least I'm going to try to bring the camera. It's a super fast repair. 2 minutes or less of actual work. At least that's what I think it is. I've been provided with one picture, and it is your standard railing in a tract home from the late 90s, early 2000s. It's where the top rail connects into the drywall. It has popped loose. Ironically, this is in the same neighborhood that I used to build homes in 2005. So I know firsthand how these railings were installed to the wall. They used two methods. They just shot a bunch of nails at different angles from underneath, or they used one deck screw. They pre-drill and do one deck screw toe-nailed from the bottom right straight up in there. Now I know without a doubt there will be at least a half a dozen other repairs that either the tenant brings up or the landlord brings up. Well, my tool trailer is out of commission right now. It's going through a complete rebuild process, and there's no way I can bring all my tools to handle anything that's thrown at me. So what I'm gonna have to do is this one repair and then schedule all the others. I'll get my eyes on all the others and reschedule for me to go back there at a later date to do those other repairs. Kind of a bummer. This is a prime example of why I've always advocated for the tool trailer or a van that has everything you can imagine. Working out of a garage or a workshop and taking what you think you need for the day never works out. You will always need more. So anytime I do one of these types of videos where I tell you how much I make, how long it takes me to do a certain job, there's always a lot of questions about how does he get this much money? Or who would pay this dollar figure, which this is 200 bucks for this job? Who would pay that for such a simple, light carpentry task? Another thing I see all the time in the comments is people around here would never pay that much. Now, the reason I got into this job is I had access to a lot of customers. Right out of college, I went into new home construction, and I had a ton of young professionals with a brand new house. And back then, you just bought what was available. Like, you know, one of our designers had spec'd it out, and you got what you got. It was rare to do a dirt start. None of these new home buyers were DIYers. They didn't renovate their house, and most of the time, at closing on their last meeting with me, their question was, hey, we want to change the countertops. We want to get rid of the linoleum. We want all these brass light fixtures removed. You got any recommendations? That right there is a demand. A large demand for a certain service. And that's why I got into this business, is I filled that demand. And there was a demand for a higher level of service, a higher level of professionalism. I've gone through many phases of how I interact with customers. From handwritten estimates, I even used to have the old school carbon copies on a clipboard. Came up with my own Excel spreadsheet and how I would submit job estimates and invoices. But this day and age, the current homeowner is all about technology, fast technology. They don't want to be opening up an Excel spreadsheet. Now, a lot of times they really don't even want to open up a computer. They're either on their phone or a tablet, and that's how they're going to communicate with you. To be able to charge a high dollar figure, you have to give them that level of customer service. Jobber is a small business management system. It's referred to as a CRM system. It works on both mobile and your desktop. Most people in the service industry are showing up to customers' houses with a tablet, and they'll have that Jobber application open at their first contact with a customer. That's where all their information goes right into Jobber. You can create a quote right then and there and submit it to them. Once you get your momentum and you're getting new customers, it's time to invest in something to elevate you above the competition. It allows you to charge more money. I'll put a couple of screenshots up here on the screen that'll give you a quick rundown on how you create a quote and how you submit an invoice. 14-day free trial, get set up, start learning it. After that 14 days, you're going to get 20% off for 6 months if you use my link in the description. They've got a couple different tier levels. Depending on what your budget is, you can select which one meets your needs. I suggest the Connect tier level. I have the Grow tier level. It's free for 14 days and then 20% off for the next 6 months. All right, we're going to get back to the project at hand. This railing, this simple railing repair that took 1 hour, and I got paid 200 bucks. That is the going rate. It's kind of a minimum for anything outside of electrical or plumbing. So a lot of you have been asking, where the heck's that tool belt you made me buy 3 or 4 years ago? Well, here it is, the Handyman tool belt. It's just what I found that was affordable and worked for carrying around tools. That is not a gigantic tool belt. I've thought about loading up my tool belt, but I think I'm going to break out the old tool vest again and take this. I also have this toolbox here that I'll be taking. I got 2 screwdrivers. This little guy here has been essential. I bought a whole bunch of these and put them in my tool trailer. All my tool belts have them, and even my tool vest has them. I got a magnet that I put in this front pocket here. It's supposed to be for a cell phone or something, but I'll put a link down in the description where you can get this magnet. You put this in your front pocket and anything sticks to it, like even this crescent wrench sticks right to it. I use it for mainly screws, and if you need an extra hand, you're working on something, you just pop your tool right there. One quirky feature with this tool is you have to have a hammer in the back. It balances it out so it rests on your shoulders and it's not pulling on the back of your neck. You don't want to load it out too heavy because you don't want too much weight just being carried on your shoulder. You're going to crush your backbone. If you got to carry a lot of tools, you got to wear a tool belt and it's got to rest on your hips. Drill bits, definitely going to need some drill bits. As far as pricing on this job, the timer has already started. I'm already working. I'm gathering my tools. The clock doesn't start when you get to the customer's house. It actually starts when they send you the first text message. It's your time looking at the text message, responding, formulating a plan of attack to do the repair, gathering the materials, stopping at the Home Depot or Lowe's to get your bracket. I keep all my deck screws out here. I'll throw a box in this little thing here. So you got to keep that in mind when you're coming up with a price. Everything's all lined up. Put back in the holes. Now I'm going to attach a metal L bracket right there. 2 screws into the stud and 2 screws into the top rail. 2 deck screws in and 2 2-inch screws that go up into here. I added 2 deck screws, one here, one here. You can tell this place is pretty jacked up. Just got back from the job to the workshop. Total time was just over 1 hour from leaving my house, stopping by the Home Depot, buying the L bracket. Even though it was much worse than I expected, I revisited the picture to see if you can see the extent of it. And you can kind of see like 2 pickets leaning over. I honestly didn't think I was going to have to deal with any of the spindles, pickets, whatever you call them on a railing. But every one of them, except for like 3, I had to pull the nails out of to get them to seat down into their pockets again. Overall, it really wasn't that bad. I spent about 5 minutes pulling out nails. I had to get it all lined up and smack back down. And then I rocked it to one side, screwed the L bracket to the stud on the wall, pulled the railing in alignment, and pre-drilled and put 2 screws in that side, and then put 2 deck screws on either side of the post. And then it was gone. The tenant moved their plant thing out of the way. I don't know if the video caught that, but there was this big thing that held plants, and the plants grew out through the railing, and they had it strung up on the wall below that catwalk loft area. I did not put it back together. That's the difference between a rental house and an owner-occupied house. An owner-occupied house, I would have charged double. I would have been in charge of all the cleanup, taking the plant holder apart, reinstalling the plants on the plant holder that has to be built around the plants because they go through the railing and are attached to the wall. I would have brought a vacuum cleaner and cleaned the whole place up. I've been working for the owner of this house for 7 years now. He knows that his renters have destroyed that house. And it's just go in, get it done so that it works, and get out. No putting lipstick on this pig. Just make that pig walk again type thing. I had tools in my hands for about 10 to 15 minutes. But, you know, I had the drive time. I used my drill bit, and my impact driver. I used this to put in 4 screws. I did wear this. I wore this in. It makes me look real official. Here's actually one of the brackets stuck to the magnet. Like I said, I'll put a link down to the old Stanley Fat Max tool vest. I didn't have pliers in this. So what did I use to pull all those nails? My handy dandy, what is this thing called? A Leatherman Charge? Leatherman Titanium Charge. I'll put a link down in the description for this. Great. It fits in your pocket. It's got the pocket clip. You don't have to wear the big bulky holster deal. So I've been using this. I switch back and forth to quite a few of them, but I've been taking that Leatherman Charge Titanium with me every day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.